Well, Karl, congratulations. What pleased you most about your side's display today?
I thought that we dealt with their aggressive approach to the game really well. You know, they're a big side and they like to try and upset the apple cart, which is fair enough. And we came up against something quite similar on Tuesday night and weren't able to deal with it. You know, so the fact that they've dealt with it today and come away with a victory bodes well for the future, because you know we can point to this when we have to go away from home to different places and use it as a marker, if you like, of what's going to be, what the standard is and what the expectations are for us to come away with positive results.
You made a statement in that you picked exactly the same 11 and the bench, I believe, is only one difference because of an injury. Many people might have expected some heads to roll. What was you thinking?
Well, you dug yourself an hole, dig yourself out. And you know they've done that. You know, we looked at it in depth on since Tuesday night, and you know you've got to put it into perspective in respect of we'd played on the Sunday. The lads have then worked Monday, had to come away from work early on a Tuesday, travelled down to Frickley, which is notoriously a difficult place to go. And I really did think they looked jaded, you know. So we've looked at that and we've given really good advice. Helen Walker came in, our nutritionist, and had a chat with the lads about recovery, and then the physio spoke to them regarding stretching and different types of exercises that can help their recovery. You know, and they're a good set of lads. I'll take that on board, I'm sure. And it's just a bit of a disappointment. It's cost us 3 points for us to really realise it. You know, we thought that everything would be hunky-dory kind of thing, and obviously on Tuesday night it wasn't. But today we got everything out of them. You know, I thought first half we were excellent and probably should have scored more goals. In the second half, it's never easy when you concede a goal so early, especially after the chat that we've had with the players. We were able to send them out early to get a feel of the ball, and then, you know, within 30 seconds or whatever it was, we're at 1-1. And then I thought we looked a little bit nervy. But, you know, credit to the players again for keeping going, because the two bits of football that produced the goals were different class.
You've got an abundance of riches up front, especially with Connor Bauer coming out. Do you aim to arrive when you've got a first 11, or do you? Well, you know, that long run, the excellent run in the second half of last season, it was a fairly consistent lineup. Is that what are you aiming to piece together, that number one lineup and do a bit of rotation, or do you see that you have to do a lot of rotating to keep all these players fit and happy?
The fit thing is the main thing. The happiness thing, you know, playing football for FC United, so hopefully that's enough to keep you going. But we do have to manage players of a certain age, if you like. You know, the likes of Michael Norton, Tom Greaves, who during pre-season have missed a little bit, and then you've got the young lads like Connor Bauer, you know, Matt Walwyn sat there chomping at the bit. You know, and it's just a case of them trusting me to make best use of the whole squad as and when. But yeah, you're always looking to get that your strongest 11, and it's the players that do that. That's not the manager. That's down to the players. Their performances will dictate what our strongest 11 is.
Callum Byrne, let's talk about him for a moment. He's a player of obvious quality. He's got that extra bit of skill. He holds the ball well. Am I right in observing that was a sublime finish, or am I exaggerating because I don't know anything about football?
No, it was sublime. Yeah, any superlatives that you want to produce. It was a great finish. Yeah. Going back to it,
but he is a skill. Do you think he's really settled? He had a sort of fitness issue at the beginning of last season, which he probably never got past. But he looks like he's got his slot now in the centre of that midfield.
Yeah, I think Callum's one of them where there's going to be games where we're not able to play him. I've had that chat with him when he first came to the club. Probably saw that at Frickley the other night, because of he's such a good footballer. The game at Frickley was a battle, just a real full-on battle when balls are dropping in midfield, and Callum's a player who will try and bring a ball down in there, and on Tuesday night, that just wasn't possible. People are just going to get close and smash you. It needed somebody just to help it on. But you know, if you're talking about people who've dug holes and then digging them out of him, Callum's definitely up there, because that performance today I thought was superb, and not just him. You know, that goes for virtually all the players.
Just finally on the defence, you've had to completely reassemble the defence this season, and obviously a blip on Tuesday night with the 4 goals. But are you quite surprised the way? Obviously, there are a few nervy moments as you get, but are you surprised how quickly they do seem to have gelled as a unit? I mean, obviously work to do, but do you basically think it's on the right track?
It's getting there. It's getting there. You know, you've got to look as well. Chris Lynch comes to the club and he'd not played for nearly, I think it was about a year. You know, so he's got to get that kind of, get up to game speed, which he's getting there. He's getting there. He needs to settle down a little bit. Just was having a chat with him, and he does get himself stressed at some points, rather than just calm down and trust yourself as a player. And Luke Ashworth's come to the club, and for a player who, again, excellent centre half, but he's been used to losing. At Hyde, and that's no disrespect to Hyde. It's a fact that they've did not won for 500 days or something. So that becomes a habit. So it's a real plus point that he's been able to address that and come to a club where you're expected to win.
Just very finally, just say a word about Matthew Wolfenden. To me, he looked excellent today.
Yeah, he's getting there. We've been ribbing him about his goal scoring, but I just had a feeling today. I said before we went out, that he'd scored today. I think it was something about the Danny Welbeck thing. I don't know if Danny Welbeck scored, but I've just got a feeling that did he. I thought it's just made for players that people maybe question now and again, but are good players. And Wolf is certainly that. Not just the goal that he scored, but his all-round movement, his work rate for the team. And that's really appreciated, not just by myself and all the staff, but by his teammates as well. I think they hold him up to be a little bit of a shining light, if you like, in respect of the way that he conducts himself, his professional attitude, and he's one that people can learn from.
And in a word, confident about the cup tie against Lancaster next Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah, always confident. Always confident. It's an obvious banana skin, but we should be able to be beating teams who aren't at our level. That's a fact. But it'll take the same work rate and endeavour to achieve the next goal of getting into the next round.
Thanks very much, Karl. Enjoy your week off. Well, from actually fixtures, but and we'll see you next Saturday for the cup.
Brilliant. Thanks, James.